ready for some Miami Heat basketball with Deron Butler on Kendall Sports Network.
Good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Deron Butler, here for another Miami Heat preseason game, Game 5, as they take on the Atlanta Hawks in a Southeast Division showdown. Alright, we're already into the action, and the Heat are leading 5-3, and they allow an easy layup. The Hawks have tied it up at 5. That was a nice little give and go by the Hawks. So it will be Newell going to the line for the and one. Newell makes the and one, and it's 6-5 Atlanta. All right, Miami now has the ball, and they turn it over. The Hawks now have it. All right, they're looking for something. And they get the basket off. So it's 8-5 Atlanta. Miami now brings it up the ball. Bam Adebayo now has it. And Bam gets the layup. Score is now 8-7 Atlanta. There's a three on the way from the Hawks. And it's a miss. Kel'el Ware brings it down. Pushes it up the floor. Gives it to Drew Smith. Drew Smith passes it out to Bam. And there's a foul on the play. Norman Powell got fouled. Alright, the Heat starting lineup sees Drew Smith, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and Kel'el Ware. This should be the Heat's go-to starting lineup for the regular season. Well, replace Drew Smith with Davion Mitchell. And there's a three on the way. Knocks it down. Go Norman Powell Ranger. That's a three-pointer for Miami. All right, Atlanta now has the ball. They're swinging it around. Krejci looking for something. It's a missed shot, but he will go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul looks like it was on... Yeah, it was on Andrew Wiggins. Feet. Krejci will go to the line for the Hawks. He makes the first, and it's a 1-point game. All right, and the Hawks have Keaton Wallace, Vit Krejci, Jacob Toppin, brother of Obi Toppin, Asa Newell, and Invalidante. And we're all tied up at 10 after that free throw. Norman Powell now has it. Drives to the lane, gets blocked. Atlanta now has it. They push it up the floor. They're looking for a three. They miss. But they get the rebound. Another open three on the way. And another miss. And that is out of bounds. And then we'll go back to the Hawks. Kel'el Ware was the one that last touched the ball. Trying to secure the rebound. That was a nasty rejection by the Hawks, by the way. Nice heads-up play on defense by Miami, but they knocked the ball loose, and it will be Hawks ball. 9:12 left to play in the first quarter. And Validante now has the ball to Krejci. Back out to Wallace. Wallace being guarded by Bam. Has nowhere to go, and that's a tough shot under the rest. The Hawks take the lead 12-10. Bam now has the ball, being guarded by Krejci. Backing him down, muscling him out. Passes it out to Andrew Wiggins. That's a 3. And that's a miss. The Hawks come up with a rebound. Krejci brings it up the floor. Finds an open player. That's a 3 on the way. It's a miss. Rebound by the Hawks. Wallace now. An open 3. And another miss. It will be Heat ball. Nice defensive effort by Bam against Wallace, despite the 3 going in. Alright, Norman Powell brings out the ball for Miami. He gives it to Bam. Bam being guarded now. Bam goes to the lane. Bam goes for the hook, but misses it. Krejci brings it up the floor for the Hawks. Passes it to Wallace. Wallace to Newell. Newell, that's a 3. And that's a miss. Rebound by Norman Powell. Norman Powell brings it up. Drives to the lane. And then it was last touched by the Heat. That looked like it was off the Hawks, but it will be their ball. Wallace brings it up for Atlanta. Being guarded by Norman Powell. It's not loose, but it's a... Yes, it is not loose off the Hawks, and it will be Heat ball with 7:41 remaining in the first quarter. Wiggins now drives into the lane, and he gets it. We're all tied at 12. Wallace now has the ball. Krejci now has it. Krejci drives to the lane. And that is an easy go-ahead basket. The Hawks retake the lead 14-12. Drew Smith now has it. Being guarded by Khalil. Khalil has it. Corner 3 for Miami is no good. And that is a defensive foul on Miami. So we get a quick timeout. Score is 14-12 Hawks with 6:57 remaining in the first quarter. And we are back. Hawks lead 14-12. The Atlanta Hawks had recently acquired Kristaps Porzingis in the offseason to pair alongside Trae Young. Will this mean some improvement for the Hawks? Who knows? But from the way things look, they might be the team that could take second place in the Southeast Division. Between them and Miami, of course. It should be a very interesting season for both teams. So let's see what happens when the regular season kicks off. All right, Wallace at the line. Misses the first free throw. And he makes a second. Keaton Wallace now, giving the Hawks a 3-point lead. Drew Smith brings it up. Passes it to Andrew Wiggins. Well sets the screen. Oh, misses the alley-oop. And the Hawks now have it. They push it up the floor to Newell. Newell looking for something and he gets a layup. The Hawks lead 17-12. Drew Smith now has it. Drives to the lane. Passes it out to Kelly Ware. That's a corner three and he misses it. Rebound by Miami. Wiggins. That's a three and that's a miss. Rebound by Kelly Ware and gets the layup and put back. Miami are within 3. 6:12 remaining in the first quarter. All right, now the Hawks have it. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will be at Miami ball. No, my bad. It will remain with the Hawks. My bad. All right, Butler now has it. It's stolen away. Davion Mitchell pushes up to Jaime Jaquez and he loses it. Back to the Hawks. Butler gives it to Newell. Newell dunks it in. And the Hawks go up by 5. Andrew Wiggins now. To Norman Powell. That's a 3. And that's a miss. Right off the rim. The Hawks now pushing it up. And the ball is loose again. Jaime Jaquez back out to Wiggins. That's a 3 on the way from Kelly Ware and another miss. Alright, the Hawks have it. They give it to Butler. That's a 3. A corner 3 for the Hawks. Score is now 22-14. And we have a timeout for Miami. Hawks lead 22-14. And we are back. Hawks lead 22-14 off that three-pointer from Lamont Butler. Asa Newell has 7 points off 3 for 6 shooting from the field. Asa Newell was the 23rd overall pick by the Hawks in this year's draft. 6'11", 220 pounds. He should be someone to look forward to in the future. Alright, Miami now has the ball. Andrew Wiggins. Khalil Wells sets the pick. And it is a foul on the Hawks. Jaime Jaquez now has it. Passes it off to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell now. The ball is loose and it goes back to the Hawks. A frenetic sequence they got going on. The ball is all over the place. Alright, the Hawks now have it. A corner three for the Hawks. And it's good. Score is 25-14. Nikola Doricic with 3 points for the Hawks. The Hawks are now on a 13-2 run. Miami can't seem to get their offense going right now. Another three on the way for the Hawks. And that's a miss. A rebound. Blocked by Khalil Ware. And he gives it off to Jaime Jaquez Jr. Back to Ware. Ware misses the sky hook. And it will go back to the Hawks. Doricic loses the ball, but it will go back to the Hawks. 3:34 remaining in the first quarter. Bam Adebayo and Pele Larson coming back in for the Heat. And we get our first look at Simone Fontecchio, the former Detroit Piston from Italy, coming into the game for Miami. Alright, Lamont Butler now has it. Passes it off. And it's out of bounds on the Hawks. It will be Heat ball. Davion Mitchell now brings it up, passes it off to Hackett. Fontecchio. There's Jaime Jaquez and a three, and it's good. Jaime the Aztec Jaquez Jr. 3 for Miami. Alright, Atlanta now has the ball. Oh, Toppin now has it being guarded by Bam. 3 on the way for the Hawks, and it's good. Jaquez now brings it up. Simone Fontecchio, that's a 3. It's a miss. Miami needs to do a better job of guarding the 3 ball. I mean, that's how the Orlando Magic came back in the game from the previous preseason game yesterday. Alright, the Hawks are subbing in some players. Alright, Lamont Butler now has it. Brings it up the floor. And that will be a foul on Miami. Alright, the Hawks will go to the line. They shoot 2 free throws. Number 33 misses the first. Houston misses the first. But it makes it second, so it will be. So it should be a 12-point lead for the Hawks. All right, Miami now has the ball. Fontecchio passes it to Hawkes. Hawkes back to. All right, Pelle Larson has it. Oh my God, an errant pass, and it will go back the other way for the Hawks. There seems to be a lot of early miscommunication problems for the Heat right now. I mean, I admire the defensive effort, but the offense needs to get going. Right. Lamont Butler recovers the ball for Atlanta. All right. Bam Adebayo gets the rebound, pushes it up the head. The Pelle Larson gets his shot blocked. And the Hawks regain possession. Houston now. All right, the Hawks are swinging the ball around. And then there's an open, easy layup. The Hawks now lead 30-17. Jacob Toppin with that layup. Right, Bam Adebayo now has it. And he gets the and-one. What a crazy shot that was. Still can't believe Pelle Larson got his shot blocked. Still can't believe he got that layup blocked. Bam makes the and-one. Bam now with 5 points and 2 assists off 2 for 4 shooting from the field. The Hawks almost will turn it over. There's a basket on the way. It's good. Hawks lead 32-20. Bam, that's a 3 on the way. He misses it. All right, Houston has the ball. That's a 3 on the way for the Hawks. No go. All right, Jaime Hawkins Jr. spins and gets the basket. Miami are down by 10. Lamont Butler now has it. That's a 3 on the way. And it's good. The Hawks lead 35-22. Jaime Hawkins gives it to Kelly Ware, and he scores. Nice assist from Jaime Hawkins Jr. The Heat are within 11. No, the Heat are within 9. A 3 on the way, miss, and that will end the first quarter. Score is 35-24, Hawks. And we are back. Time for the second quarter. Hawks lead 35-24. Lamont Butler brings it up. He's being guarded by Davion Mitchell. Butler drives in and misses the layup. Rebound by Bam Adebayo. Miami are pushing it up ahead. Gives it to Bam. That's a three. That's a miss. Rebound by Toppin. Toppin pushing it up ahead. Gives it to Lamont Butler. Butler being guarded by Fontecchio. He loses the ball. Gets it back. Lamont Butler open three. He knocks it down, and that is now 38-24 Hawks. Lamont Butler with 9 points in this one. A three on the way. And rattles out. Miami bats it back. Davion Mitchell, air ball. Right. Davion Mitchell now has the ball. Gets the layup and it's good. Davion Mitchell gets himself on the board with that layup. And it looks like it's a turnover on Atlanta, and then we'll go back to the Heat. All right, Bam Adebayo now has it. And he almost loses the ball. Bam with the fadeaway. He misses. Jacob Toppin now has the ball for the Hawks. Jacob Toppin. Creechy, that's a three. He misses it. Rebound by Hawkes. Hawkes driving into the lane. And he gets it. Miami are now within 10. Hawkes with 7 points off 3 for 4 shooting from the field. Creechy now has it. And that's another open three for the Hawks. They miss, but they get the rebound. Creechy now drives into the lane. Another offensive foul on the Hawks, and it will be Heat ball. Jaime Hawkins Jr. drives to the lane, but the ball was knocked loose by the Hawks. It will remain with Miami. Oh, Miami loses the ball again. The Hawks now have it. And it's a traveling violation on the Hawks, so it will be Heat ball once again. Miami needs to take advantage of every situation they have for offense. Fontecchio now has it. Passes out to Davion Mitchell. The Hawks, and he loses the ball, and it's a foul. Hawkes was fouled on that play. .14 left to play in the second quarter. Davion Mitchell comes out of the game. He will take a breather. All right, Drew Smith now in the game for Miami. Misses that three-pointer. It will be with the Heat. It was last touched by the Hawks. Pele Larson hits the basket. I'm sorry, Fontecchio hits the basket. He has 4 points off 2 for 5 shooting. The Hawks miss another basket. Bam Adebayo pushes it up to Pele Larson. Larson gets the layup, and he gets it, plus the and one. That's a nice heads-up play for Larson. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout from Atlanta. Score is 38-32, Hawks with 8:41 remaining in the second quarter. All right, and we are back. Score is 38-32 Hawks. And with Pele Larson going to the line for the and one for Miami. Pele Larson knocks down the free throw, and the Heat are within 5. Miami are on a 9-0 run right now. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going. Knocked away, is recovered by the Hawks. They give it to Newell. That's a miss. Rebound by Pele Larson to Drew Smith. Drew Smith drives it all the way in. Knocked out of bounds, and it will be Heat ball. Good heads up play by Asa Newell for that rejection. The Hawks have now 4 blocks and Miami's 1. Oh, that's a foul on the play, and then we'll send Bam Adebayo to the free throw line. I love the way that Miami is trying to get inside the lane so they can get some opportunities at the free throw line. They need to do more of this against the Hawks. Bam misses the first. And he makes the second, so the Heat are within 4. All right, Wallace now has the ball. He's directing traffic for the Hawks. Wallace, that's a 3, and he misses it. Rebound by Fontecchio. Fontecchio to Bam. Bam finds Hawkes. Hawkes driving to the lane. He stops. And he gets the basket plus the M1. Miami are continuing their run right now. Jaime Hawkins out there flexing on him. Hawkins now goes to the line for Miami. And he makes the M1. So Miami now within 1. They've cut that huge deficit from earlier. Alright. Wallace now has it for the Hawks. Gives it off to Asa Newell. Back to Wallace. Wallace being guarded by Wiggins. And Houston. Out to Newell. Corner 3. He misses it. Rebound by the Hawks, but he gives it up. Miami now has possession. They're looking to retake the lead. Hawkins now has it. Bam. Oh, he loses the ball, but it's a foul. Miami are fortunate for that one. Bam Adebayo goes to the line for Miami. Makes the first. And Simone Fontecchio is coming back in the game for Miami. Hawkins comes out of the game for Miami. And he misses the first. So we're all tied at 38. Heat are on a 14-0 run. Wallace misses that basket, and Miami recovers the rebound. Drew Smith pushes it up ahead. Gives it to Norman Powell. Andrew Wiggins to Fontecchio. Back to Norman Powell. He drives to the lane. And misses the layup. Bam Adebayo gets it. It looks like we have a foul on the Hawks again. Norman Powell now goes to the line for Miami. He makes the first, and that gives Miami the lead. And he makes the second. Miami now has a 2-point lead. Wallace now has the ball for the Hawks. And it looks like it's going to be another offensive violation on the Hawks. So it will be Heat ball once again. 6:17 left to play in the second quarter. All right, Miami misses that layup. Wallace now has the rebound. A corner three, and it's good. The Hawks retake the lead with that three from Houston. From Caleb Houston. Miami misses that layup. Rebound by the Hawks. Wallace brings it up. Gives it to Asa Newell. Newell being guarded by Drew Smith. And he gets fouled. Asa Newell will be heading to the line, or that will be a side out for the Hawks. No, it looks like it will be 2 free throws for the Hawks. Oh no, side out for the Hawks. My bad. Houston now has it, being guarded by Fontecchio. Asa Newell, that's a 3 on the way. He misses it. Rebound by Miami. Fontecchio brings it up. Gives it to Kalaware. Kalaware sets the pick for Drew Smith. Back to Fontecchio. Fontecchio to Wiggins. Wiggins now. With 7 left on the shot clock. Fontecchio, that's a 3. And that's a missed shot. Rebound by Norman Powell. Norman Powell. He gets fouled and he will go to the free throw line. .54 left to play in the second quarter. Norman Powell misses the first. And he makes the second. So we're all tied at 41. The Hawks missed that basket. Asa Newell dunks it in. The Hawks retake the lead, 43-41. Norman Powell gets the shot blocked. And the Hawks have it now. Asa Newell has the ball, being guarded by Drew Smith. The Hawks now have it, and they throw it out of bounds. It will be Heat ball with 4:18 remaining in the second quarter. Okay, Davion Mitchell now has it. Passes it out. Norman Powell has it. Right to the lane. He scores! And we're all tied up at 43. Ace Newell gets fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. Ace Newell now. He misses the first. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. We're all tied at 43 with 3:59 remaining in the second quarter. And we are back. And we see the brat-tat-tat-tat in the building for the Hawks and Heat game. You can catch the Brat on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. And the score is tied at 43 between the Hawks and the Heat. Alright, Ace Newell returning back to the line. He already missed his first free throw. Now he's going for a second. And he misses both free throws. Rebound by Khalil Ware. Davion Mitchell is bringing it up. Being guarded by Wallace. And that's the basket on the way. No. Rebound by the Hawks. Wallace gives it to Toppin. Back to Wallace. Wallace being guarded by Davion Mitchell. And there's a three on the way. It's a miss. Vit Krejci now has it. It's thrown. Wait a second. Is it the Hawks ball or is it Heat ball? I'm not sure who touched the last, but so it will remain with the Hawks. An open three. Misses. Kalelwell with the rebound, and he will push it up ahead. Gives it to Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaquez now drives to the lane. Gets his shot blocked, but he recovers. Jaquez gives it to Norman Powell. Powell, that's a basket. And he will go to the free throw line again. 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Norman Powell hits the first. And he misses the second. Miami are up by 1. Toppin brings it up the floor, guarded by Jaquez. Wallace now hits a 3, he misses. The Hawks secure the rebound. And the Hawks retake the lead. And here comes Norman Powell, surging down the lane, and he gets that layup. Miami retakes the lead. It is now 46-45, with 2:26 remaining in the second quarter. Norman Powell with 14 points off of 4 for 8 shooting. And the Hawks retake the lead, plus they will get the and 1. Jacob Toppin will go to the line for the Hawks. Jacob Toppin already with 6.6 rebounds and 2 assists. He could be flirting with a double-double tonight. Toppin misses that one, but his last touch by the Heat. Wait. Oh, not. I think it could be Heat ball. It will be Heat ball. Kickball violation on Atlanta, and it will remain Heat ball. Lamont Butler returning back into the game. He replaces Wallace. Davion Mitchell now has it. Passes it out to Norman Powell. Powell to Bam. Bam powers it in. And the Heat retake the lead once again. 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. That's a 3 on the way. He misses it. Davion Mitchell pushes up ahead to Jaquez. Jaquez now to Mitchell. Davion Mitchell drives it to the lane. And he gets it. Miami go up by 3. Lamont Butler gives it to... No. The Hawks are struggling to keep possession of the ball. Davion Mitchell now has it. A 3 on the way. And misses it. The Hawks have had 6 turnovers today. 6 turnovers in this quarter, I should say. A foul plus the and 1 for the Hawks, as Asa Newell will go to the free throw line. 1:10 remaining in the second quarter. Asa Newell now at the line. He makes the and 1, and we're all tied at 50. Bam Adebayo. He gets the basket, and the Heat go up by 2. Less than 1 minute remaining in the second quarter. And we're all tied up at 52 after that basket. Jaime Jaquez brings it up. Gives it to Bam Adebayo. Okay, Jaquez now looking to drive to the lane. And he gets the basket. Miami retakes the lead. 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. An open three on the way. That's a miss. Rebound. And Asa Newell will go back to the free throw line once more. We're all tied up at 54 with 21 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Asa Newell now with 14 points, shooting 6 for 12 from the from the field. And he misses the and one opportunity. We're all tied at 54. Davion Mitchell now has it. Gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins, basket. Nope. And at the end of the second quarter, at halftime, we're all tied up at 54. So, the first quarter saw the Atlanta Hawks having their way with Miami. They were getting their shots on the open threes. They were getting to the lane. They were taking advantage of some lackadaisical defense that Miami were producing at the moment. Plus, their offense wasn't clicking. But in the second quarter, Miami started to come back in a big way. Not only did they attack the rim, but they also got to the free throw line. Their defense was much more aggressive than what they were in the first quarter, so that was a good sign. However, they allowed the Hawks to come back into the game after their little scoring run. So it was a back and forth sequence to see what team would retake the lead. So right now we're tied at 54, and hopefully it's going to be a much more competitive second half for the Heat. I'm sorry, wait for a second. The score is actually 56-54 in favor of the Hawks. So I guess the Hawks now have the lead. But going into the second half, I expect the Miami Heat to be more competitive and more aggressive. Okay. Sorry about that. It must have been an error on the scoreboard. It is actually tied at 54 between the Heat and the Hawks. For a second, I thought I was seeing something different, but it is actually tied at 54 for both teams. And we are back, ready to begin the second half of this game. Score is tied at 54. Norman Powell leading the way for the Miami Heat with 14 points. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with 12. Bam Adebayo with 11. And leading the way for the Atlanta Hawks, rookie Asa Newell with 14 points. Lamont Butler with 9 points. And Jacob Toppin with 8 points along with Caleb Houston. So the players are still warming up and they should be getting ready to begin the third quarter anytime soon. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when the action picks up. Also, for those of you who are tuning in, let me know how excited you are for the upcoming Miami Heat season. You think they're going to go all the way? You think they're going to be a playoff team or a play-in team? Hey, just let me know. I'd love to hear your comments and love to hear your thoughts. Or at least read them. Okay, now we're ready to begin. Now we're ready. All right, the Hawks have the ball. Lamont Butler's breaking it up. Being guarded by Norman Powell. Lamont Butler. And it looks like there's a foul. Norman Powell got hit in the face. Yes, and it will be Heat ball. That was a nasty shot to the face. Yeah, that was a moving screen right there. Moving screen on Dante. So it would be Heat ball. Alright, Norman Powell gives it to Drew Smith. Drew Smith now being guarded by Butler. Andrew Wiggins has it. To Bam Adebayo. He misses it, but he gets his own rebound. Bam is surrounded. He gets fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. Already, that's 2 fouls on Dante, and I don't think he seems to care. I mean, he's smiling about it, but those fouls will come back to haunt you later down the road. Alright, Bam Adebayo goes to the line. Makes the first. And he makes it second. So Miami takes the lead. And the Hawks will bring it in. Jacob Toppin bringing it up. Gives it to Asa Newell. Back out to Lamont Butler. That's a 3 on the way. Miss. And it will go to the Miami Heat. Bam Adebayo now has it. Kicks it out to Norman Powell. That's a 3. Miss. The Hawks come down with it. Lamont Butler pushes it up ahead. And gets the nice layup. And we're all tied up at 56. Drew Smith now. To Norman Powell. Powell drives in. Gets fouled, and he will go to the free throw line. That was a nice Euro step by Lamont Butler to get to the lane. It looks like he will be taking a seat. Or not. Norman Powell goes to the line for the Miami Heat. He makes the first. And he gets the second. So the Heat retake the lead. Beat Krejci pulls it up. Gives it to Toppin. Toppin now being guarded by Andrew Wiggins. Gives it. Right. And that's a good basket. And the Hawks tie it at 58. Bassey with the basket. And here comes Bam Adebayo. Oof. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Looks like Bam is down and he may be hurt. That's not a good look. A 3 on the way for the Atlanta Hawks. They miss it. It's a 5-on-4 right now. No basket. Kel'el Ware brings it down. It looks like Bam. Oof. Bam is hurt. And we're going to take a timeout. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Let's see what happened here. Oof. Bam clipped his leg onto Asa Newell's ankle, and he is down hard. We're tied at 58, and hopefully nothing bad comes of this injury for Bam Adebayo. And we're back, and it appears Bam Adebayo is heading to the back. That looks like a serious injury. This is gonna affect Miami big time, especially with the regular season starting next week. So hopefully prayers up for Bam Adebayo, as that shot is blocked from Norman Powell. All right, the Hawks have the ball. They're pushing it up ahead. Creasy has it. That's a three. And a miss. Rebound by Miami. Jaime Jaquez Jr. now has it. Khalil Ware now has it. And Khalil Ware gets the sky hook, and the Heat take the lead. Lamont Butler being guarded by Drew Smith. Butler with a basket. And it's good. We're tied at 60. Jaime Jaquez Jr. now has it. The spin. The basket. No go. Lamont Butler pushing it up for the Hawks. And that's an open three on the way. And it's a miss. Rebound by Khalil Ware. Andrew Wiggins now has it. The step back. And the basket is good. The Heat retake the lead again. Lamont Butler pushes it up ahead. It's broken up. It will be Hawks ball. That was a nasty block by the Hawks. Looks like the Heat are looking to challenge possession of the ball. And we will have a timeout. Score is 62-60, Miami. Alright, and we are back. Score is 62-60, Miami. Referees are still reviewing who touched the ball last. From my vantage point, it looks like the Hawks touched it last. So let's see what the officials have to say. It looked like it went off the hand of Asa Newell, so we'll see what they say. Alright, so it will be possession for Miami. Norman Powell hits the technical free throw. Alright, Miami has possession of the ball. Oh, Andrew Wiggins almost lost it. He drives it up ahead. The step back. Misses the basket. The Hawks now push it up ahead. Gives it to Asa Newell. Back out to Bassey. Bassey now. Basket. No go. Kelly gets the rebound, pushes it to Wiggins. Oh, and that is a foul on. Yeah, that is a foul on the Hawks. Nikola Duricic with a foul. Alright, Jaime Jaquez now has it. And it's broken up by Duricic, but it will remain with the Heat. 7:52 left to play in the third quarter. The Heat lead 63-60. Jaime Jaquez now has it. Gives it to Norman Powell. Kelly sets the pick. Norman Powell gets a layup, but he misses it. The Hawks push it up. There's a three on the way. There's a miss. Rebound to Norman Powell. Back out to Wiggins. Corner three on the way. It's an air ball. And it's rebounded by the Hawks. They push it up ahead. And there's the alley-oop. 63-62. The Hawks are within one. Charles Bassey with 4 points off 2 for 5 shooting for the Hawks. Drew Smith now drives it in. He misses it, but he gets his own rebound. Wiggins a three. Misses it. Alright, Asa Newell now has it. The Hawks are swinging the ball around. They give it to Duricic. Bassey, and he gives the Hawks the lead, 64-63. Charles Bassey with 6 points off 3 for 6 shooting. Hawkins now. Hawkins misses the basket, but it's rebounded by Drew Smith. Drew Smith gets the layup, and they have one. Drew Smith goes to the line for the and one. Nice heads-up play by Drew Smith to get the rebound, plus getting positioning for the basket and the and one. Drew Smith makes the and one, and it's a 2-point game for Miami. Basket is good, and we're all tied up at 66. Nikola Duricic gets the basket. And the Heat turn it over. And it will be Hawks ball. And it's out of bounds on Lamont Butler, so it will be Heat ball. Davion Mitchell brings it up for Miami. Powell sets a screen, and it will be an offensive screen on Miami. It will go right back to the Hawks. 5:32 left to play in the third quarter. Lamont Butler has it. And he turns the ball over, and it will be a backcourt violation, and it will be Heat ball. So far, this seems like a evenly matched game between these two teams. And they give it to Kel'el Ware for the dunk. Miami now retakes the lead. Kel'el Ware with 6 points off 3 for 6 shooting from the field. Nikola Dursic gets fouled, and he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Norman Powell can't believe he got caught with a foul. Nikola Dursic makes the first. And he makes the second. So we're all tied up at 68. Dursic with 7 points and 3 rebounds. Donovan Mitchell now has it. With the spin. Pass it out to Kel'el Ware. That's an open 3. And it's a shot clock violation on Miami. So no 3-point shot for Kel'el Ware. We're still tied at 68. Lamont Butler brings it up. Being guarded by Davion Mitchell. A corner 3 on the way. And the Hawks sink it, and they have the lead now. Caleb Houston with 9 points. And going 3 for 3 from 3-point line. Right. The Hawks looking for it again. They go for the layup, and it's good. Oh no, Matt. They botched the dunk, but they get the rebound. They botched that basket. Jaime Hawkins Jr. going coast to coast. But Kel'el Ware missing that go-ahead layup. But it will be Heat ball. With 3:38 remaining in the third quarter. Simone Fontecchio comes in the game for Miami. Andrew Wiggins will take a seat. Kel'el Ware will also come out of the game for Miami. And in the game will be Precious Achiuwa. Fontecchio now has the ball. Back out to Achiuwa. Back to Hawkins. Hawkins now. Hawkins misses the basket. But it's recovered by Davion Mitchell. Gives it to Hawkes. Hawkes has a 3. Misses it. And it's rebounded by Atlanta. Lamont Butler now has it. Gives it to Jacob Toppin. Toppin now. Misses it. Davion Mitchell has it. Pele Larson pushes up ahead to Hawkes, and it's a good basket. Miami are now within 1. Caleb Houston now will go to the line for a technical free throw. And he makes it. So it will be a 2-point game for the Hawks. With 2:54 remaining in the third quarter. Lamont Butler brings it up. And there's another 3 on the way. And this one will go out of bounds over the backboard. It will be Heat ball. Jaime Hawkes Jr. now brings it up. Gives it to Davion Mitchell. Simone Fontecchio. And he loses the ball. Hawks now have it. Caleb Houston being guarded by Achua. He gives it off to Jacob Toppin. Toppin now flies in for the layup. And it is 74-70 Hawks. Simone Fontecchio now gives it to Achua, and he gets a shot block. Looks like a foul was called on the Heat. Most likely it was Precious Achua. .149 left to play in the third quarter. Lamont Butler goes. Lamont Butler has the ball. Caleb Houston now has it. Drives into the lane, but the Heat are there to stop it, and they turn the ball over again. Well, it looks like it might be a foul called on the Hawks. Yeah, it's a reach-in foul. So Miami will have it side out. Davion Mitchell now has it. Simone Fontecchio, that's a 3. Right. Oh, Jacob Toppin now has it. A 3 on the way for the Hawks. And a miss. Jaime Hawkes Jr. now pushes up ahead. Fontecchio now goes to the layup, misses it, and the ball is out of bounds. Ooh, and Fontecchio got a scratch on his face. He's got some blood on his. He's got a blood near his left eye. That looks like that's a nasty scratch. The last thing Miami Heat needs is more mishaps happening for them. Oof, and that one looks like a nasty scratch for sure. Looks like Fontecchio may be heading to the back to get some treatment of his own. All right, we see Bam Adebayo back on the bench with the rest of the team. Not sure if his night is done or not, but I'm pretty sure it is. One minute remaining in the third quarter. Right, the Hawks are inbounding the ball. Less than a minute left remaining in the third quarter. And another foul on Norman Powell. Looks like the Hawks are going to be in the bonus very soon, if they're not already. All right, the Hawks are in the bonus. Jacob Toppin at the line. He makes the first, and the Hawks go up by 5. Jacob Toppin already with 11 points and 8 rebounds. And he misses the second free throw. Davion Mitchell now being guarded by Lamont Butler. Mitchell gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins out to Norman Powell. That's a long three. And he misses the free throw. And he misses the 3-point shot. Alright, the Hawks misses that one, but they get their own rebound. Jacob Toppin. He misses that one as well. .5 remaining in the third quarter. The Hawks go up by 6. Eddie John Ndai, or NJ, and he misses the second free throw, but he gets his own rebound. There's a 3 on the way from Lamont Butler, and he misses it. At the end of the third quarter, the score is 76-70 Hawks. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. And we are back for the fourth quarter. Little Boozy having some fun with Harry the Hawk. The Hawks are up by 6. And now we're ready for the fourth quarter. Davion Mitchell brings it up, gives it to Pele Larson, gives it to Norman Powell. Hawkins now has it. Hawkins drives into the lane. And he gets the basket plus the N1. Hawkins makes the N1, and the Heat are down by 3. Jaime Hawkins with 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Pete Creechy now has it for the Hawks. And the basket is good for the Hawks. Dante with the basket. Davion Mitchell flies in, and he gets the layup. Davion Mitchell with 6 points. Rebound by Davion Mitchell. Hawkins. Back out to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell again. Gets fouled. And gets the basket. He's going to go for the N1 to tie the game at 78. Nice dribble and pump fake by Mitchell. Davion Mitchell now with 8 points and 4 rebounds off of 4 of 7 shooting from the field. Davion Mitchell misses the N1, but the Heat recover it because Shaw Johnson now has it. Norman Powell out to Mitchell. Mitchell to Pele Larson, back to Mitchell. And Norman Powell, that's a 3. And misses it. Durchich has it for the Hawks. Misses the basket. But Njai is there to get the basket for the Hawks. Atlanta leads by 3. And it will be Heat ball. Hold on for a second. It looks like it's gonna be change of possession. It will be Hawks ball. All right, Lamont Butler has the ball. Basket is no go. An open 3 on the way. Misses the basket. And it will be Heat ball, but the Hawks are looking to challenge. The Hawks are looking to challenge possession of the ball. It looks like it was last touched by Davion Mitchell. The ball went on Davion Mitchell's knee. And the Hawks are going to challenge that play. So it's 80-77 Hawks with 9:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we are back. The Atlanta Hawks will retain possession of the ball. Yeah, so that challenge will definitely go in their favor. And that three is good for the Hawks. Score is 83-77. Davion Mitchell now. The spin passes off to Ethan Thompson. Misses the basket, but it's rebounded by Preseason for the easy dunk. Score is 83-79 to at the Hawks. There's a foul on the play. Looks like that's going to be on Miami. All right, another foul called on Miami. Caleb Houston will go to the line for the Hawks. All right, Caleb Houston gets the first. And he gets both free throws. Score is 85-79 Hawks. Precious Achua source for the alley-oop, and Miami are within 4. Open three on the way for the Hawks. It's a miss. Achua gets the rebound. Davion Mitchell pushes it up ahead. Davion Mitchell gets the layup. And the Heat are within 2. Lamont Butler now gets his shot blocked, but he will go to the free throw line. Lamont Butler goes to the line. Misses the first. And that will be the second. The Hawks go up 86-83. Keshad Johnson. Oh my God, misses the easy basket. Rebound by Preseason Achua, and it's lost. It will be Hawks ball. The Hawks now have it. Going for the alley-oop, but they miss it. Keshad Johnson pushes up ahead. Ethan Thompson. L.A. Larson, that's a three. That's a miss. Nice save. And that will be a foul on the Hawks. Keshad Johnson will go to the line for 2 free throws. $7:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. Because we have some technical difficulties right now. Not sure what's going on, but Kashad Johnson makes the first free throw. And he makes both free throws. The Heat are within one. Lamont Butler brings it up, being guarded by Myron Gardner. Lamont Butler passes it out. There's a corner three. Missed opportunity there. Gabe Madsen has the ball. Presses Achiuwa with the spin, and he gets fouled. Gets fouled, and it will be out of bounds. Miami Heat will have possession of the ball. Asa Newell comes in the game for the Hawks. And basket is good for Miami, and they retake the lead, 87-86. And a foul is called on the play. Lamont Butler will shoot 2 free throws for Atlanta. Butler makes the first. We're all tied up at 87. And he gives the Hawks the lead. Gabe Madsen, that's a 3. And he misses it. Alright, Lamont Butler has it, being guarded by Myron Gardner. Gets his rebound. It will be Hawks ball. So far, it's a close competitive game for both teams. 6:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. Precious Achiuwa will come out of the game. And we get our first look at Black Golden, who was part of that FAU team from 2023. And we got ourselves a jump ball. Right. The Hawks win the tip. Asa Newell powers his way in, and the Hawks go up by 3. Right. Miami now has the ball. Thompson with the fadeaway. Ethan Thompson with the fadeaway, and that brings Miami within 1. Another foul on Miami, and now we'll see Asa Newell go to the free throw line. Asa Newell misses the first. And he makes the second. The Hawks go up by 2. Another turnover for Miami, and it will be Hawks ball. And the Hawks get that layup, and they go up by 4. Dante with 4 points. That's a 3 on the way. Does not look good. The Hawks will miss that basket, but they will go to the free throw line. Jacob Toppin will shoot 2 free throws. Jacob Toppin with 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. He makes the first, and that gives him a 5-point lead. And he misses the second. Byron Gardner now going coast to coast. And he misses everything. Lamont Butler now has it. To Obi Toppin. A corner 3 on the way. Misses it. Rashad Johnson pushes up ahead. Gives it to Ethan Thompson. To Rashad Johnson, that's a 3. And he misses that one. Some substitutions to be made for the Hawks. Miami will still have possession of the ball. Madsen now gives it to Rashad Johnson for the dunk, and the Heat are within 3. Newell loses the ball, but he will get fouled on the way. He's a Newell now. He makes the first, and that gives the Hawks a 4-point lead. Asa Newell now with 18 points and 7 rebounds. And he makes the second. So the Hawks now have a 5-point lead with 4:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. Miami now pushes out the ball. 4 on the shot clock. May misses and everything. Butler now. And that's another basket for the Hawks, and they go up by 7. Jacob Toppin with 14 points. And a needless turnover for Miami. Okay, I'm sorry. Miami will have the ball. That was out on the Hawks. Madison now. 4 on the shot clock. And an out of bounds on the Heat. They can't seem to get anything going right now. They can't seem to get anything going right now. Lamont Butler brings it up, guarded by Myron Gardner. Asa Newell, back out to Butler. The Hawks miss that basket. And it will be Heat ball. Ethan Thompson now goes to the line for the Heat. 3:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Thompson makes the first. And he makes the second. The Heat are within 5. Timeout for the Hawks. They lead 98-93 with 3:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we are back. Score is 98-93. Hawks with 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Alright, the Hawks bringing up the ball. Lamont Butler being guarded by Myron Gardner. And it looks like there's going to be a foul on the Heat. Looks like this one's going to be on Gabe Madsen. Jacob Toppin goes to the line for the Hawks. He gets the first. And he makes the second. The Hawks go up by 7. Gabe Madsen now passes it out to Ethan Thompson. That's a basket. The Heat are down by 5. Toppin now being guarded by Gabe Madsen. Lamont Butler has it. Butler being guarded by Gardner. He gets tangled up. There's a corner 3 on the way. And the rebound by the Heat. Ethan Thompson now pushes up to Kashad Johnson. Johnson back to Thompson. Thompson misses it. Oh, Jacob Toppin now has it. And the Hawks get that sky hook. They go up by 7. Jacob Toppin with 18 points off 7 of 15 shooting from the field. And that is a foul on the Hawks. And Ethan Thompson is down. Alright, he's being helped up by his teammates. Ethan Thompson goes to the line. Alright, basket is good. That's the first. And he makes the second. So the Heat are within 5. 1:49 left remaining in the fourth quarter. The Hawks now have it. A 3 on the way. They miss. And then we'll go back to the Miami Heat. Kashad Johnson now. Johnson pushing it up ahead, and he gets... Where was the fouls called on that one? It will remain with Heat ball. 1:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Kashad Johnson now has it. Back out the gate, Madsen. Madsen drives to the lane. Gets his shot blocked, but he gets fouled. Gabe Madsen will be heading to the free throw line. Looks like we have a timeout being called. Like a quick 30-second timeout. Wait, I think the referees are looking at something. There might be a challenge being called. Alright. Gabe Madison returning back to the line. Alright, he makes both free throws. So the Heat are within 2 with 1:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. There's a 3 on the way. Okay. Golden brings down the ball for Miami. Ethan Thompson now has it. .40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Golden now. Oh, and guess his pocket's picked. Doc are looking to run this one out. Lamont Butler has the ball. 102-100 Hawks. The fadeaway, no go. The Heat have it and they will call a timeout. 8.8 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Heat are probably looking for a 3. The Heat are probably going to look for a 3 to win the game here. If they get it. So far, it's anyone's game. There we go. Miami looking to drive it in. They get it and they tie it at 102 with 3.9 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 3.9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, excuse me. So it looks like the Hawks will have possession of the ball. I think they're gonna go for a 3 and a win. But that was a nice go-ahead from Myron Gardner. All right, here we go. Hawks have the ball. 3.9 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. All right, they give it to Lamont Butler. That's a basket. No go. And we are going to overtime. At the end of regulation play, the score is 102. We're all tied at 102. All right, we'll be back for overtime. And we are ready to begin overtime. 5 extra minutes of basketball. All right, the Hawks win the tip. Lamont Butler has the ball. He misses his basket, but it looks like it's going to be a foul to play. The Hawks will have a side out. The Hawks are swinging the ball around. They give it to Newell. That's a 3 on the way. And that's good. The Hawks are up by 3. Miami now has it. Kashad Johnson. Ethan Thompson with a nice basket. The Heat are within 1. Another open 3. And the Hawks continue to pour it on. 108 to 104 Hawks. Manson, that's a 3. And he knocks it down. Miami are within 1. Gabe Manson reminds me of Mike Miller as part of that, who was part of that 2013 Miami Heat squad that went all the way to win the championship. That's another miss, and that's another foul on Miami. All right, Bassey gets the first free throw, and that will bring the Hawks up by 2. And he misses the second. Score is 109-107, Hawks. Golden now, back to Keshad Johnson. Golden now, back to Johnson. Johnson. It's a corner 3 on the way. It's good! Ethan Thompson. Ethan E.T. Thompson with a 3. He had 15 points in this game. The Heat retake the lead, 110-109. The Hawks secure the rebound. It's an open 3. Rims out. And it will be Heat ball with 2:39 remaining in overtime. Byron Gardner now has it for Miami. He drives it in, and he gets the layup, and it's good. Miami leads 112-109. Gardner now with 4 points. And here comes Lamont Butler for the Hawks. Bassey now has it. Misses it. Rebound by Golden. Golden pushes it up ahead. Gives it to Keshad Johnson. Keshad Johnson now. Keshad Johnson with a basket. And Miami is responding in a big way. The Hawks call timeout. Score is 114-109. Miami with 2:04 remaining in overtime. Right now is 114, 109, Miami, with 2:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. Overtime. We're gonna. Seems like there's a huge delay right now. The cleanup crew is making sure the floor is not wet. All right, Lamont Butler now has the ball. Miami have been on a 10-1 run in overtime. Lamont Butler passes it out to Asa Newell. Asa Newell drives into the lane. Gets the layup. Misses it. Rebound by Black Golden. He gives it to Kashad Johnson. Johnson now. Passes it out to Myron Gardner. Myron Gardner now. Loses the ball. And the Hawks regain possession. Lamont Butler now. Goes to the alley-oop, but it's lost. Kashad Johnson has it. On a breakaway. Layup. Misses it. Ethan Thompson, that's a three. Misses it. And there will be a foul called on the Hawks. Kashad Johnson goes to the line for 2 free throws. Kashad Johnson makes the first. And he makes a second. The Heat are up by 7. Lamont Butler now has the ball. Being guarded by Gabe Masson. Butler, that's a three. Misses it. Rebound by Black Golden, but that's a foul. Lamont Butler goes to the line for the Hawks. Lamont Butler makes the first. And he makes the second. The Heat are up by 5 with less than 58 seconds remaining in overtime. The Hawks regain possession. That's a three from Jacob Toppin. Nope. The Hawks get it back. That's a three on the way from Caleb Houston. He misses that one, and it's another foul. Caleb Houston will go to the line for 3 free throws. That is a costly error for Miami. You don't shoot. You don't foul nobody who's going for the 3. You don't foul nobody who's going for the 3. Caleb Houston now goes to the line. He makes the first. He makes the second. And he makes all 3. The Heat lead by 2, and they will take a timeout with 40.2 seconds remaining in overtime. Heat lead 116 to 114. Alright, and we're back. Heat lead 116 to 114 with 40.2 seconds remaining in overtime. Alright, so now the Heat will inbound the ball. And they give it to Ethan Thompson. Thompson being guarded by Lamont Butler. Thompson with the spin. And the basket is good. Heat are up by 4. Lamont Butler pushes it up. And it looks like Jacob Toppin will be going to the free throw line. I like the contest from Golden, but there was some extracurricular foul play from Madsen. Well, it looks like the Heat are challenging that foul. So we'll have to see what the officials say. It looked like a nice rejection from Golden, but I'm not sure. Looks like this one will stay with the Hawks. .118 to 114 left. 118 to 114 is the score with 19.8 seconds remaining in overtime. Toppin will go to the line for the Hawks. Toppin with 24 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Right. He makes both free throws, so it will be a timeout for Miami with 19.8 remaining in overtime. Still a very close game. But it's going to come down to one final possession. Alright, the Heat will have the ball side out. And the Hawks will get the ball back. They're looking for a quick basket. A three on the way. And the Hawks retake the lead with 12.2 seconds remaining in overtime. Oh my goodness. They give it to Ethan Thompson. Ethan Thompson. No go. They put it up. Drills it down. For the win. Oh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I knew it was going to come down to the final possession, and I knew somehow the Hawks were going to take this one. Another tough break for Miami. Another tough break for Miami. I mean, Ethan Thompson looked like he had a short shot, but it did not go in. One thing I will say that Miami fought hard to the very end. Even though the Hawks started out hot with a 38-24 lead by the end of the first quarter, Miami made it competitive throughout the second quarter, and then the Hawks kind of take over in the third quarter. The Heat started to rally back in the fourth quarter, and then in overtime, what we saw there, that was a killer. That was a killer three from the Hawks. I mean, there were some good things to take away, such as Black Golden, Ethan Thompson. He was hitting some good baskets. We saw a three from Gabe Madsen. Norman Powell was also doing some good things. But the takeaways, but the cons here for this one were, not only did the Hawks got out to a hot start, but they also allowed themselves to get to the free throw line. So there were some costly errors done by the Heat that allowed the Hawks to get back into the game. Some other cons were injuries dealt to Bam Adebayo and Simone Fontecchio. Fontecchio, of course, had some blood coming down from his left eye. And of course, Bam Adebayo looked like he had injured his ankle. I'm not sure, his ankle or shin. And he had to be evaluated in the back. I mean, we did see him on the bench, but I'm not sure how severe his injury is, especially with opening night around the horizon. So all in all, this one's a heartbreaker. This one was a heartbreaker. A close fought heartbreaker for the Miami Heat in their preseason games. They are now 0-5 in the preseason. Alright, for the Heat, Bam Adebayo had a near double-double of 13 points and 9 rebounds. Norman Powell has 17 points. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with 17 points. Davion Mitchell with 10 points. Kel'el Ware has 6 points and 11 rebounds. I wish we got to see more of Kel'el Ware. That would have made a big difference for Miami. And for the Hawks, Jacob Toppin had a near double-double of 26 points and 9 rebounds. Asa Newell also with a near double-double of 19 points and 8 rebounds. Caleb Houston led the way with a three-point shooting with 21 points. I'm being told it's a right knee contusion for Bam. Oh, that does not sound good for the Heat. First the Tyler Hero injury. Now the right knee contusion for Bam. Does not look good for the Heat right now. Lamont Butler, no relation to me, of course, with 18 points. And Bassie with 7 points and 17 rebounds. Tough night for the Heat. Definitely some injuries being dealt to Bam Adebayo and, of course, Simone Fontecchio. But, of course, the latter will be okay. There was just a little blood coming out from his left eye, corner of his left eye. There's no details on the severity of Adebayo's right knee contusion, but I'm hoping it's nothing too severe. I'm hoping it's nothing too severe and that Adebayo will have a swift recovery for this upcoming season. Last thing the Miami Heat needs is more injuries. They need to stay healthy. The next time the Heat will be in action, it will be Wednesday. Well, let's see when the Heat will be ready to play again. It should be Friday, I believe, against the Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, it is Friday against the Memphis Grizzlies. Game starts at 8 p.m. on FanDuel Sports Network. So that'll be the final preseason game for Miami. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for this preseason game of Heat Zone Live. I appreciate you guys for sticking it through. And when the regular season ramps up, we will be more than ready to bring the intensity and the culture. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run through the paint. Take care, good night, and God bless.